Welcome to Mixing Night. I'm your host, Ken Lewis, here with the lovable hellhound Mazikeen Lewis, and I have, I tell you what, seriously, the weirdest resume in the entire music industry. I'll put it up against anybody's. Thanks for joining us tonight. We are adding new things to the show all the time, and we have moved our new studio location tonight. Oh my God, I'm going to show you guys Thatmos Studio Bee tonight. We are very excited. Oh my God. Grab a root beer and settle in. We're going to ride out the next 2 hours together. Jump on the chat roll and introduce yourself to our awesome Mixing Night community. They are really a great bunch. If you haven't caught Mixing Night yet, seriously, what are you doing? This isn't a classroom. It's more like, think of it as like Howard Stern for studio people. But of course, I'll be dropping gems throughout the whole night. And tonight is action-packed. If you see the agenda popping up and off on your screen, then you see we got a lot planned for you. Finally, we are under construction all month with Studio B. We just finished, and we are all up in it tonight, baby. So I get to show it off to you all. I'm also going to talk about some home studio design basics and give you some great tips that can really help you control your own space. So anyone who's seen the show knows my sprint mixing, my favorite. Tonight, it is your time to shine. I am sprinting the Skrizzly Adams single Tipping Point, which he released on Atlantic Records. Yes, this is a major label release. And then I am going to provide everybody who's watching live tonight during the broadcast with a download link to try the 6-level sprint mixing challenge yourself of Skrizzly Adams Tipping Point. I created all of the levels, but you got to be live tonight because I'm pulling the link down a few hours after broadcast. I'm really sorry, restreamers, but I'm trying to get, people here. But you guys say, Ken, I'm no Jedi. This is too advanced for me. How can I sprint mix Skrizzly Adams? Well, look, I'm sprint mixing Jedi level. Level 1 is beginner. I've never mixed a song in my life. Level 1 is for you. And then it steps up each level and creates a different challenge. And just like video games, each challenge gets harder. It takes longer to get through each challenge. By the time you're at level 6, if you throw down level 6 and you're happy with it, I think it's going to be Pistols at High Noon with Len Kewis. And speaking of which, Len Kewis is on the broadcast tonight. Y'all think Len Kewis doesn't exist. I'm trying to tell you. So yeah, sprint mixing is fun, but hopefully no pistols. So we'll show the agenda throughout the night. You can see what's coming up. But right now I'm going to sprint mix Skrizzly Adams Tipping Point. This is one of the hardest sprints that I have in my arsenal, and I've made some really, really big mistakes sprinting this one. So I'm hoping that's not going to follow me tonight. I have 32 stems, which is less than 20 seconds per stem to make every mix decision that I'm going to make. And only 10 minutes. Sprint mixing sharpens your instincts and focuses you on striking great balances instead of, what plugin to use next or, what tech tool to use. You got to listen to the music. As soon as I'm done sprinting, I'll post a link for everybody to download. And I'm doing the level 6. And, if you guys want to video yourselves doing your own sprint mixing challenge and send us the video, and mix, we might edit it together for a sprint collage for the next broadcast. We'll see. But right now, let me put my money where my mouth is and throw down. Unfortunately, I don't know where my counter is. Do you guys remember what the name of the counter program is? Is it clock? Let's find out. They say clock. I don't see clock. Nope. I'm going to go with the counter on my top screen, which says 8:04:30. So I have until, I'm going to give myself some breathing room here. All right. Hang on. Okay. I am live. Mazikeen Lewis welcomes you. Oh, there you go, Mazzy. Thanks for joining us for Mixing Night. Old tradition. Wearing the mask. We started this under pandemic, and wearing the mask was just a friendly reminder to everybody to fucking COVID ain't gone. All right, we got 8:05 on the clock. I'm going to be done at 8:15 sharp. Set your clocks. This is a 10-minute sprint mix. Skrizzly Adams, Tipping Point. You guys get the sprint mix as soon as I am done. Does anybody know the artist Ellie Dewey? Well, that's Ellie Dewey singing backgrounds on Tipping Point. We were all working together around this time, and I had her sing backgrounds on the song when I was producing it. So.
And a heart that's been beaten, I don't love you now like you loved me then. Was it sort of looking out?
I'm 3 minutes in.
Broken and a heart that's been beaten, I don't love you now like you loved me then. Was looking at me yet? Is this the tipping point where the motor gives out? When push comes to shove and you had enough and you don't want me around, 'cause the motor gave out. Yeah, when push came to shove, when you had enough and you don't need me around. Yeah, this is the tip. Oh, 'cause the motor gave out. Yeah, the push came to shove, and you had enough and you don't need me.
4 minutes in, 6 to go. No. If you're going live on Instagram right now, go to youtube.com/mixing night. And I'm sprint mixing Skrizzly Adams Tipping Point right now.
tipping point. The car quick cut my head.
5 minutes in, 5 to go.
Car quick cut. We start when I put my key in it. Find me your heart to give me one reason to fire it up. But there, this is the car quick cut my head. Just see it. We start when I just park the car and quick cut the engine and see if it starts when I fire it up and keep me believing. Just park the car and quick cut the engine and see if it starts when I put the fire it up and keep me believing. Just park the car and quick cut the engine. I was high on a feeling. I said I'd be there at 5:35, but I guess I was wrong. Cause I got lost thinking how we fly down the parkway. My faith in the driveway was all I was broken, and a heart that's been beaten. I don't love you now like you loved me then. Was it sort of beginning of the end? On a feeling, I said I'd be there at 5:35, but I guess I was wrong. Cause I got down the parkway. My faith in the driveway was all I was broken, and a heart that's been beaten. I don't love you now like you loved me then. Was it sort of beginning of the end? Just the tipping point where the motor gives out. When push comes to shove and you've had enough and you don't want me around.
I'm 7 minutes in, 3 to go, and I'm sweating.
High on a feeling, I said I'd be there at 5:35, but I guess I was wrong. Cause I got lost thinking how we fly down the parkway. My faith in the driveway was all I was broken, and a heart that's been beaten. I don't love you now like you loved me then. Was it sort of beginning of the end? Is this the tipping point where the motor gives out? When push comes and you've had enough and you don't want me around. Is this the tipping point where the motor gives out? Or when push comes to shove, you'll need someone to love, cause I won't be around. Is this the tipping point? Why you gotta lie and say, oh, cause the motor gave out.
2 minutes to go. Oh my God.
I don't care about you, just thought that we could get along. It was high on a feeling, I said I'd be there at 5:35, but I guess I was wrong. Cause I got lost thinking how we fly down the parkway. My faith in the driveway was all I was broken, and a heart that's been beaten. I don't love you now like you loved me then. Was it sort of beginning of the end?
It's the tip-in point.
Where the motor gets, is this the tipping point? Where the motor be around? Is this the tipping point? Why you gotta lie and say that we've lost control? It's so hard for you to take, cause you swore that you weren't gonna go run and tell your mother that I was the one. So why the hell bother? You don't love me now like you loved me then. Was it sort of beginning of the end? Is this the tipping point where the motor gives out? When push comes to shove and you had enough and you don't want me around. Is this the tipping point where the motor gives out? When push comes to shove, you'll need someone to love, cause I won't be around. I won't be around. Is this the tipping point? It's so hard for you to take. Yeah, push came, the motor gave out. Yeah, this push came to shove, you've had enough and you don't need me around. Yeah, yeah, this is the tipping point.
15 seconds.
The motor gave out. Yeah, cause this is the tipping point where the motor gives out. Cause push came to shove and you bad enough, cause I won't be around. This is the tipping point.
Woo! Skrizzly Adams, Tipping Point Sprint Mix. That was the level 6 Jedi level. I am giving away, if you're watching the show on YouTube live right now, hey Instagram, I am in the description of the video you are watching right now, only during the live stream of the show, not for the restream. I am giving away all 6 levels of the Skrizzly Adams Sprint Mix Challenge. If you complete level 6 and you feel super confident that you've done a good job, you're fucking with me. So we might have to throw down about that. Anyway, go grab that. You might want to wait until after the show. I'm going to leave the link up for about 3 hours after the show. So if you don't have a super fast connection and you're trying to watch video, it might not be the best download. Let's see what is next on the broadcast. Okay, we just gave away Skrizzly Adams Sprint Mix. Oh, and big thank you to Skrizzly Adams for even allowing us to do this. Me and Brent Colatalo, we are the production team Catalyst. We produced Skrizzly's album for Atlantic. And then he went independent again and got his masters back. And we're giving pieces of the masters to you. So enjoy them. And if anybody wants to film themselves sprinting and then email it back to us, email it to info@mixingnight.com, info@mixingnight.com, and we might collage a sprint mix of Tipping Night from our viewers and show it next. You don't know. Maybe we could. It's possible. Okay. What is next on the... Ooh. I am going to go to the James Wick letter. They're going to pull it up in the control room while I read it off of my computer in here. So, hold. Where is it? Here we go. All right, they should be showing it in there. This is James Wicks from, he's a student of William Spurl at Eastern Suffolk BOCES audio production classes in Riverhead, New York. What's up, Riverhead, New York? How are you guys doing over there? So James asks, hey, Ken, I'm a student of Mr. Spurl's. He mentioned that he reached out to you and that you would be featuring us in April's mixing night, and I just wanted to reach out and thank you for this opportunity. You're welcome, James. As a student who's looking to pursue a career in mixing, your live streams are some of the best sources of knowledge for me. Thank you. I was wondering if you had any advice for someone looking to enter the audio field. I can never satisfy the voice in the back of my head saying that there's always more to do, but I don't know exactly where to look. Okay, well, there's a few things that you're asking. You're asking, how do you get in? And then you're asking, how do you get rid of that voice in the back of your head? Well, the voice in the back of your head is going to be there for a while. That's called imposter syndrome. Every single creative on planet Earth goes through imposter syndrome. I certainly did. And Mazzy, you want a treat, bae? Oh my goodness, she is just the cutest. So understand that imposter syndrome is a real thing and everybody goes through it, and that's going to make you feel way better. The other thing is, don't overthink things. That is exactly what the sprint mixes are for. The sprint mixes are so that you forget about the technology and the plugins and you focus on what is coming out of those 2 speakers in front of you or out of your headphones, and you're always asking yourself, what does the song need? Here's what I have. What do I want it to sound like? How do I get it there? What does the song need? Not, do I need 100 hertz? Do I need 10K? Do I need 6:1 compression? Fuck all that noise. I never think in math. I always think in music. So if I'm listening to a song and I'm mixing it and I'm evaluating, I'm listening, I'm like, that bass guitar isn't driving enough. Okay, so do I need more warmth out of it? Is it not bitey enough? Is it just not loud enough? Where is it sitting in the mix, and where do I want it to sit in the mix, and how do I get it there? Not once did I think about like, oh, I'm going to use this compressor and that EQ and that. I'm envisioning what I want that sound in my mix to sound like in my head and giving myself a roadmap so that when I grab a tool, I grab the right tool, hopefully, and and I have a vision for what I'm trying to accomplish. So as a young creative, hopefully that really helps. We will see you guys apparently next month. Your school is going to be doing some ear training with us live on air, so we are super stoked for that. Let's see, what is next on mixing night? You know, I couldn't get my contacts in tonight. My fucking eyeballs are fucking with me right now. My left eye, anyway. Okay, I think we are going to go to the first 90-second pro tips of the night. Kevin McCombs and Luis Diaz. So, Luis Diaz is a graduate. I didn't have graduates of Audio School Online. I used to have a school called Audio School Online, and that's how Luis got to learn. And now he's won like BMI awards and Latin Grammys and shit. Just anything is possible. You set your mind to it, you find the right information, you knuckle down, you do the work, and you can do this too. So roll it for Kevin McCombs and Luis Diaz.
What's up, Mixing Night? This is Kevin McCombs over at the Steakhouse Studio. My pro tip is to bear in mind that the most important thing that we can possibly do as engineers, as producers, is to capture moments with artists. To always be on point and recognize when something is happening in the room that needs to be captured for the sake of the art, for the sake of the people that you're working with. You know, sometimes in these big rooms, there's a lot of factors that you have to juggle, a lot of interests that you have to bear in mind. But if something is happening in the room that needs to be captured, you need to have the wherewithal to get a mic in front of whatever is happening and press record in whatever state it's in. You know, it's easy to get hung up on the wrong things, you know, the technical minutia of what we do. But you have to bear in mind that the means of capturing a source should always be secondary to the source itself.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Luis Díaz, productor aquí en México, Querétaro. Muchísimas gracias, Ken. Bueno, yo quería enseñarles un truco que utilizamos mucho aquí con la música de banda y que inclusive aquí en México mucha gente que la produce se pregunta cómo se logra ese sonido de la tuba, o sea que es el aparato así tan grande y con tantos armónicos. Bueno, pues el secreto no está en ningún plugin, está realmente en un aparato que cuesta, lo podemos conseguir por $100 o $150, que es el Afex, que es este aparatito que está aquí. Por aquí pasamos la tuba, yo lo paso por un insert y bueno, el sonido de la tuba natural, así como se grabó sin el Afex, se escucha así. Ahora con Afex. Bueno, es una gran diferencia con y sin. Y ahora toda la banda.
All right. I love those guys. Thank you, Kevin and Luis. I really appreciate that. So, in a month, the next mixing night, we are going to be doing 90-second... No, we're not. We're doing that this time. In a month, on the April 5th show, we're going to be doing the AI episode. So, be afraid, be very afraid. However, my arch rival, Len Kewis, has a message from the future past for us, and we should roll that now. Hey, Mixing Night, this is Len Kewis. I bet y'all didn't think I existed, but here I am. So, I'm here to tell you about the April 5th Mixing Night AI episode. Oh, be afraid, be very, very afraid. We're going to break down all of the coolest tools that you guys can utilize now, and also we're going to scare the shit out of you with the tech that's coming. So tune in next episode, April 5th, Mixing Night. Tell your friends about the AI episode. Now I got to get back to the future. Len Kewis out! All right. Is that the creepiest shit you ever saw in your entire life? I mean, of course I was drop dead sexy. I'm not debating that part of it. I'm just saying, to see me young, and it didn't look like my young self at all, but, you know, what can you do? It's a pretty fucking mind-blowing filter. The shit that is hurtling at us for AI, that we are not ready for is so freaking scary. You definitely don't want to miss the April 5th episode. We were going to do the AI episode this month, but it's just we wanted to go deeper, so we gave it some time. And honestly, I figure if we just wait a month, then ChatGPT can probably write the whole episode for us. So, you know, done and done. All right, what is next? Oh, so, you know, I was asked to be on a podcast with 3 other pro mixers. And how could I say no to that? Oh my God, this is like the most fun I've had since mixing night. So I'm a part of a new podcast called Faders of the Lost Art. That's my favorite title in the world, Faders of the Lost Art. So I think we have a YouTube channel, Faders of the Lost Art. And it's me, Bob Horn, Nico Hamui, and Farid Salama. And then we have guests. We had Baines on last week. I think the Baines episode dropped today or yesterday. I'm not sure. And Baines, Jesus, that guy, you definitely don't want to miss the Baines episode. I know we're going to have a string of heavy hitter guests on Faders of the Lost Art coming up, so definitely tune in. But right now I'm going to give you just a little teaser for the show.
Hello and welcome to Faders of the Lost Art, the channel where all audio topics are possible, with our hosts Ken Lewis, Bob Horn, Farid Salama, and Nico Hamui.
AI is today. This time next year, we're going to be having a completely different conversation about it.
Right.
And it's going to be like, you know, it'll have happened so fast that it'll just be normal. Just be like, oh, well, you know, you have like 10 or 12 or 100 different mastering options, and you can type in parameters, and you can type in characteristics of other records that you like.
Did a concert, and he had Eminem rapping on one of his songs, and I was just thinking, like, well, obviously Eminem didn't have anything to do with that, you know, approval or money or anything. So
I saw that. Was it AI written and AI performed?
I believe so.
I think to learn it, buy the Dolby Atmos renderer and a pair of headphones and start playing.
So I'm kind of with Bob on this, where they always want to change. So that's something that I've been finding a lot. At first, I was even big on the AI mastering train, and there's just something that I always wanted to change. So it ended up.
We also have special guests like Baines.
4 months in, I started working at another studio called Blast Off, which was in Midtown, right next to Quad, and that's where I was doing a lot more hip hop and R&B, and a lot of big songwriters were coming in.
Faders of the Lost Art, only available on YouTube.
Welcome back. Hey, Mazzy Bear, lay down, sweetie. You'll get plied with treats. All you gotta do is lay down and be cute. So, Faders of the Lost Art. Who knew? It's going to be so much fun. You guys all tune in and share it and tell your friends. Okay, we're going to go to some Q&A from the chat roll live. Falcon Crypto asks, hey, Ken, what happened to your desk? I assume that you mean my SSL AWS 900 Plus mixing console with full patch bay, all snakes, and patch cables? That one? Yes. Oh, and the nice shatter frame? I'm selling it. Boy, I've got a couple people interested, but nobody's handed me a check yet. So, or if you want it, you can have it. Hit me up. And then Bang Chapstick 223 asks, "Hey Ken, what is your most expensive product?" It's the SSL AWS 900 Plus, and I'm selling it. So, if you can afford it, it is a beast. And the reason I'm, for stereo mixing and for tracking anything, it is absolute beast mode. I'm going into not only Atmos, but 360, which is just so much digital routing that it just doesn't make all that much sense on a console. ValidLifeTV asks, hey Ken, what is that Apple product on your left-hand side? This one right here, that is the new Apple Mac Studios. They've been out for a year and a half, maybe. And I tried to get a higher level model of that thing, the double speed, whatever, and they were back ordered for months and months. So I just got the low-level baseline $2,000 Mac Studio. It's a little slow, and the worst part about it, it's not that slow, it's fine. The worst part about it is it's only got a 500 gig hard drive internal, and you cannot replace it, and you cannot upgrade it. And 500 gig is all you get, and you just run out of space constantly. That sucks. Okay, Clay LaHatte asks, hey Ken, any idea if those control surfaces, these SSL ones right here, would work well with Cubase? I can only imagine that SSL has that one worked out. They're pretty much the cream of the crop. So I'm gonna go with most likely that is probably the case. And Garrett Bashara asks, hey Ken, how are those new Atom monitors? I think you mean those. So I'm trying out these Atom A8Hs right now, and I like them. They're pretty fucking good. I got a Mark II Sub 10 underneath them, and you know, I'm showing off the new studio tonight. We're in Thatmos Studio Bee, and we really did some, you know, sound isolation and sound control work in here. And then we brought the speakers in and we shot the room. When we were in Blanket Fort, I think the next segment I'm going to do is the studio building. I'm just going to start talking about it right now. When we were in Blanket Fort, you know, the SonarWorks had to do some pretty heavy lifting to get us flat. And I felt like, you know, we got to flat with SonarWorks, which was pretty impressive. And we were able, with a lot of time and patience and money and trial and error, to get the room dead enough and isolated enough to mix 8 records out of. Now we're in Studio B. We got great isolation in here. When we brought the speakers into here and ran SonarWorks, it was almost flat before we started correction. I was like, yes, so much yes. So honestly, this is the most accurate space that I have ever owned, I think. My Jersey space, I knew like the back of my hand. I knew that the first studio that we just moved out of, I knew that room, but I wouldn't say it was immaculately flat. I just knew it exact. This, it's great. Okay, what do we got next on the show? Let me put my glasses back on. I'm blind as a bat tonight. Mixing the... Oh, so I recently mixed a song called Day Ones. And where is my shout out list? Hopefully they're putting the Day Ones video up on the screen so that you guys can see it. Day Ones, produced by Hatchie, featuring The Game. Yes, I'm about to show you The Game's vocals, how I mixed them. The Game, Haroon, Mickey Shiloh, Asif Bali, Little Easy E, and Khaki 1000. Again, this is Day Ones, produced by Hatchie. So they sent it to me to mix, and I mixed the whole thing, of course, but the thing that was really the super challenge on this was mixing The Game's vocals, because they were kind of fucked up. And I'm going to show you the before and after and let you hear. Let you determine for yourself. Boom, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to play you just my mix. I bounced all of the music to a 2-track so we can just focus on The Game's vocal right here. And here is the fully mixed with all my settings, and then I'll switch over to the raw, untreated vocal.
For my day ones. A world full of snakes. Cut the grass on me. Jump in the Maybach. Let the Draco smash on me. I don't trust niggas. I don't trust hoes. Niggas say they got ops. I'm yelling off those. Hanging out the sunroof with the street sweeper. You don't give a f. Bitch, me neither. I smoke endo. My niggas eat ether. Catch you running around the corner with them heat seekers. Red dot is Air Force Ones, body drop. Then take the Maybach into the body shop. Turn that bitch a whole nother color. Then it's back to the block, gold Dayton's in the gutter. Me and my homies survivors.
I couldn't stop that verse, I wanted to hear it. All right, now let me show you the yellow one down here. So when you see this one open up and this one mute, this is what we're looking at right now. Then the yellow is the raw vocals, the red is the mixed vocals. So I'm going to switch back and forth and start on the red.
The world full of snakes. Cut the grass on, jump in the Maybach, let the Drake smash on. I don't trust niggas, I don't trust hoes. The world full of snakes. Cut the grass on them, jump in the Maybach, let the Draco smash on them. I don't trust niggas, I don't trust hoes. The world full of snakes.
That's the raw game vocal. Do you guys hear the S's cutting through that shit? Oh my god. You gotta see this. This was one of the toughest challenges I've had in a vocal mix in ages. Let me show you.
The world full of snakes.
Here is the S. Boom. That's the snakes. It's louder than the rest of his vocal. So I don't know, maybe the vocal engineer cranked up the high end on the vocal and really captured the S's, but this is just super, super over de-essed. So super est. The S's are just searingly hot. So what did I do? I chopped out every last S in his verse, as you can see right there, and put it on a separate track, and then made absolutely certain that my crossfades were clean, that nothing was clicking and popping, that it transitionally went from one track to the next without sounding like it was changing tracks. And so all of the sibilances are cut to, here, let me just, sibilance, boom, that's the sibilance. And then I just, okay, well, let me show you what I did. Let me mute that, open that up.
World full of snakes. Cut the grass on them, jump in the Maybach, let the Draco smash on them. I don't trust niggas, I don't trust hoes, niggas.
I didn't do anything with the channel strips. So I combined the two lead vocal tracks onto a single aux. You know me, Kramer Pie, first things first. So, sidebar, Mixing Night Audio, which is the company for this show. Mixing Night Audio has GreenHAAS, our first plugin, which is the most awesome thing on planet Earth. If you haven't checked it out, check out GreenHAAS. But we are working on our second plugin. We are so close to alpha testing right now. We can taste it. I wanted to show it off tonight, but we figured, you know what? Let's give it one more month. But I swear, if you guys thought GreenHAAS was funny, holy shit. The next one is, we did it. And I've started, so I have all the audio is together. It's fully skinned. It's not fully skinned, but it's fully working. And so I've been mixing records with our second plugin. Oh, yeah, game changer. I mean, I just put so many of my other plugins away. I can't even, I feel so good. Okay, back to the game. First things first, I'm a realist. Decay time, 100 milliseconds, Kramer Pie, get control. It should always be working on the softest sections. It should still be hitting him just a little bit. Check it out.
World full of snakes. Cut the grass on them, jump in the Maybach, let the Draco smash on them. I don't trust niggas, I don't trust hoes. Niggas say they got ops, I'm yelling off those. Hanging out the sunroof with the street sweeper. You don't give a off, bitch, me neither. I smoke endo.
Alright, you see, it's always working. Sometimes it's just touching a little bit. Next two things, I'm going to show you both of these de-essers. I have 4 de-essers on here. That's the way it goes. Alright, there's de-esser 1. There's de-esser 2. There is de-esser 3. And right over my face. Now we'll put this up here. We'll put that down there. Okay, this might work. And then de-esser, where's de-esser 4? Okay, oh, there it is. Let me just set this up for you guys. Okay, now I really got to see what I did. Oh God, I don't remember which one is which. Jeez, sorry people. Oh, okay, I can do that. Okay, yep, 1. Which one is that? Oh. 2. Okay, sorry, I'm just getting my bearings here. 3 and 4. Okay, these are 1, 2, 3, and 4 de-essers, which are 1, 2, 3, and 4. First 2 de-essers, then a distressor. Boom. I'll show you that in a second. Then a Pultec. I'm opening way up on 12K after I've de-essed the fuck out of it, and then I de-ess it again. Channel strip, I'm doing more equalization, possibly some compression, we'll see. And then the 2 more de-essers over here. So watch these de-essers working.
World full of snakes, cut the grass on 'em. Jump in the Maybach, let the Draco smash on 'em. I don't trust niggas, I don't trust hoes. Niggas say they got ops, I'm yelling off those. Hanging out the sunroof with the street sweeper. You don't give a off? Bitch, me neither. I smoke endo, my niggas eat ether. Catch you running around the corner with them heat seekers. Red dot is Air Force Ones, body drop. Then take the Maybach into the body shop. Turn that bitch a whole nother color. And it's back to the block, gold Dayton's in the gutter. Me and my homie survivors.
Okay, let me break down the differences in all of these, because as you see, I'm using all of these a completely different way. De-esser 1, I'm only controlling the top down to about really 4 or 5K. So really the shelf starts about 5K or so. Everything above that gets knocked down evenly. You can see that work.
Full of snakes. Cut.
So the green is the detector. The red is the reduction. The second one, I have this notch. Who knew you could use a de-esser with a notch? Okay, so this sets where the middle of the detector is looking. Right now I have it set right at 4K. 4K range is all that. Seriously? Sorry. So 4K is right in that kind of range. And that's what this is controlling. So it's only active when you hear those consonants hitting. That's all it's trying to control. This one over here, see, this is in split mode, so it's only taking a byte out of at 4K. This is in wideband mode. So this is looking almost at the same place that the second de-esser was looking, but it is reducing all frequencies evenly across the board. And then finally, my last de-esser is in split mode, and this is really just to control the tippy top from getting too out of hand. And all of this because his voice was super assy. What can you do? Let's hear it let's hear it with the de-essers, and then I'm gonna remove them about halfway through.
Full of snakes, cut the grass on 'em. Jump in the Maybach, let the Draco smash on 'em. I don't trust niggas, I don't trust hoes. Niggas say they got ops, I'm yelling off those. Hanging out the sunroof with the street sweeper. You don't give a off? Bitch, me neither. I smoke endo, my niggas eat ether. Catch you running around the corner with them heat seekers. Red dot is Air Force Ones, body drop. Then take the Maybach into the body shop. Turn that bitch a whole nother color.
I think knowing how to de-ess really effectively often sets apart the pros from the people who are trying to get to the pro level. De-essing is an art form, and you gotta, if you over de-ess, you're gonna make things sound lispy, and you're gonna just remove the S's completely, and you don't want that. And so you need to listen for what happens when you go too far. You need to listen to what sounds balanced and even throughout the track. Usually I'll put my de-essers after a compressor. In this case, because I am doing more compression after my first round of de-essing to kind of hold it a little bit tighter, I'm going to do more than that. So let's check out what the distressor is doing. Medium slow attack, 7.5, and 3-to-1, and a fast release. I'm doing the bell detector, and I'm not looking at the low lows, and I'm rolling off as well. So.
Full of snakes, cut the grass on 'em. Jump in the Maybach, let the Draco smash on 'em. I don't trust niggas, I don't trust hoes. Niggas say they got ops, I'm yelling off those. Hanging out the sunroof with the street sweeper. You don't give a off? Bitch, me neither.
Now you see, I'm kind of using the same philosophy on this one that I was using on the Kramer Pi. The needle is always working just a little bit, and it's just giving me the control that I want to sit it right on top of the music the way I want. Let's take a look at this Pultec.
World full of snakes. Cut the grass on them. Jump in the Maybach. Let the Draco smash on them. I don't trust niggas. I don't trust hoes. Niggas say they got ops. I'm yelling fuck those. Hanging out the sunroof with the street sweep.
You see, after I got rid of all those S's, I wanted to make sure that those frequencies were still represented well. So I'm opening up 12K, but then it's making it 2SE again. That's what the other two S's, deessers are for. Same with this 5K boost. But it gives it this sheen to his vocal that I just really love, so we need it in there. And naturally, the Pultec Pro Legacy gives you a natural mid-range bump just by instantiating it. And usually I don't use... Oh, man. Do you guys see Mazzy back in the background? Mazzy Bear, you are too damn cute, sweetie. Boy. You just saved my life around here. Usually I only use the UAD Pultec Pro Legacy when I know I want that bump in the mid-range when I put it in. Channel compressor, or channel... SSL channel strip, I'm boosting 15K. Wow. And I'm boosting 2.3, and I'm boosting I'm boosting 600, 2.3K, 140 hertz, and 15K. Let's hear without it.
Full of snakes. Cut the grass on them. Jump in the Maybach. Let the Draco smash on them. I don't trust niggas. I don't trust hoes. Niggas say they got ops. I'm yelling fuck.
I think that's 601. And then you saw the other deessers. Now I'm going to go over my effects real quick. Let's get rid of these deessers. Liam Levine from the chat roll asks, hey Ken, what is your preferred software deesser? You just saw it. Waves R deesser is the only one I've ever used. And it always seems to do what I need it to do. First, reverb on this is Spring Reverb. I love this thing. The audio thing springs, dirty, nasty, got tons of character.
World full of snakes. Cut the grass on them. Jump in the Maybach. Let the Draco smash on them. I don't trust niggas. I don't trust hoes. World full of snakes. Cut the grass on them. Jump in the Maybach. Let the Draco smash on them. I don't trust niggas. I don't trust hoes.
So just a smattering of that, and then we have Valhalla.
World full of snakes. Cut the grass on them. Jump in the Maybach. Let the Draco smash on them. I don't trust niggas. I don't trust hoes.
Real subtle. I don't have much reverb on them because the music isn't really heavy right now. There's not a lot going on, so I need to be a little more mindful with the effects. As the music grows and swallows them up a little bit more, you can add more and more. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions about how I mix the game's vocals? Digitalnoize Studios asks, hey Ken, what's your preference? Time-based effects on insert or on send? Time-based effects would be on send. Unless I'm trying to physically move something back in time, I would... Oh, yeah, I see. Yeah, no, I almost always use my effects on auxes. I don't even think about using like a delay send or something like that on an insert. It's not that I wouldn't. It's just I almost always just keep things on auxes. It's just the way I tend to work. From the chat roll, John Magnificent asks, hey Ken, I've always had the before and after question. I've heard you mention that your specialty is vocals and that some of what you get needs a lot of work. You just heard it. So, yes, that's often the case. So, yeah, there was, I guess you just heard the before and after question with the game. So, asked and answered. Chillintwentyfoursev asks, hey Ken, what's your philosophy when blending multiple reverbs in the same track? I'm trying to build depth and I'm trying to build a picture, and I don't want all of the reverb to try and emulate pieces that I hear that reverb isn't great at. So I might build a short impact room with a tight chamber or a wood room or something like that, or a non-lin. And then, GreenHAAS can spread it out beautifully. Let me show you guys GreenHAAS. This shit is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Don't show the screen right now. Now, I am just going to So one of the most powerful things about GreenHAAS is this wet dry knob right here, the watering can. We have a watering can in our plugin. I mean, come on. So check this shit out. So this is 0 wet, and then I'll over exaggerate it and show you what this thing does.
World full of snakes, cut the grass on 'em. Jump in the Maybach, let the Draco smash on 'em. I don't trust niggas, I don't trust hoes. Niggas say they got ops, I'm yelling fuck those. Hanging out the sunroof with the street sweeper. You don't give a fuck? Bitch, me neither. I smoke endo, my niggas eat ether. Catch you running around the corner with them heat seekers. Red dot is Air Force Ones, body drop. Then take the Maybach into the body shop. Turn that bitch a whole nother color. And it's back to the block, gold things in the gutter. World full of snakes, cut the grass on 'em. Jump in the Maybach, let the Draco smash on 'em. I don't trust niggas, I don't trust hoes. Niggas say they got ops, I'm yelling fuck those. Hanging out the sunroof with the street sweeper. You don't give a fuck? Bitch, me neither. I smoke and
Oh my god, I use this shit constantly. It's a real, like, this setting right here that I'm rocking, this is longest setting on the left and second longest setting on the right. And then I've got about a quarter of the watering can rocking, and I've got the tulip modulation rocking, and the infrared, I'm just saturating it a touch. And this just adds, here, let me push into it, because you can see it's almost like a slap delay.
full of snakes, cut the grass on 'em. Jump in the Maybach, let the Draco smash on 'em. I don't trust niggas, I don't trust hoes. Niggas say they
So when you use it with the watering can at like a quarter, you get the dry vocal completely unaffected in the middle, and then you get the slap behind it that's like fucking perfect.
world full of snakes, cut the grass on 'em. Jump in the Maybach, let the Draco smash on 'em. I don't trust niggas.
Boom. And our next plugin, oh my god. I can't even, we must show it next. April 5th, we're showing that damn thing off, come hell or high water. All right, what's next? I'm kind of off track here. I mixed the game. Let's go to the Studio Bee, Thatmos Studio Bee, how we built it. So this is our Studio Bee grand opening, and Lori designed us the most awesome logo that I have ever seen in my life. That's Lori's logo work, and we have been under construction for like a month. I wanted to give big shout outs to everybody who worked on the project, see if I can remember them from memory, because I'm not looking at the panel right now. Studio design by Chris Howard. Chris, thank you very much, dude. We did it. It's finally done. Finishing work by Jonathan Garcia, Nolan Monagold, and Austin Cummings. Woo! We have the best seamstress on planet Earth with Joan K. Joan, thank you very much. The room was constructed by JD. JD, you did beast mode work in here. And Lori Lewis designed our logo. She obviously had a hand in everything about this whole thing. So it was teamwork making the dream work. And man, we are so excited to be into Thatmos Studio Bee. I've already been mixing in here. My God, it's so good. I'm so happy. So roll the tape.
Studio B Day 2 with the master himself, JD, behind construction.
Chris, we're getting close. It's coming together. Oh shit. Alright, we covered it with this landscaping material, which holds in the insulation, the rock wool and the pink stuff, so that once you get subs in here rocking and all of that insulation behind these walls starts vibrating, it doesn't come out and get into your lungs. So it's a layer of this landscaping material, buttoned down tight. We got 8 inches of insulation behind this wall, 4 behind the others. And we're about to put on the duck canvas fabric wall. Jonathan, let me see that duck canvas. We're about to put that onto the walls, and that's going to be the inside walls of the studio. We're in. I can't even believe it. I'm gonna try and pick up the phone and give you guys like the quick tour. I don't know if I'm gonna be successful here. I'll try not to interrupt the whole broadcast. Okay, here we go. All right, trying new things on the broadcast this time. Come on, Kate. All right, here is Thatmos Studio Bee. We did it. So we're going to show part 2 next. Whoa, pause due to poor connection. Shit balls. Okay, we might be back. We're going to show part 2 in the next episode of Mixing Night, but we basically have the finished room right here. We're not doing any ceiling right now, and the floor is kind of rudimentary for now. We got Studio A to construct, and this shit is expensive. So, you know, we're taking it one step at a time. And the main goal with Studio B was sound control. So I'm not trying to make a totally isolated sound room that nobody can hear outside of this room. I don't care. What I do care about is that the room is super accurate and sounds amazing, and it does. So that was our goal. Mission fucking accomplished. Well done, team. We really crushed it. And Studio A is next. Thatmos is doing good things. Okay. What is next on the show? If you're still with us, this is Ken Lewis. You have found Mixing Night. Man, it's a good night. What is next? Oh, we're going to go to Dominic Rivinius's and Sam Winter's, Dom Rivinius and Samantha Winter 90-second pro tips. Here we go.
Mixing Night family, this is Dom Rivinius, and today I have a very special music production tip for you. This is something I use all the time in probably every single one of my productions, and very rarely, if ever, have I seen someone talk about this, so pay close attention because this is going to be very valuable. Very specifically, I'm going to show you how you can spice up every boring pad or melody with one simple tool, which is this thing right here, the pitch wheel. Okay, so I have the synth rock production right here. Let me play it for you so you get a first impression. So the core elements of this part are these 2 pads right here. So this is again the thing that we have without any pitching going on. The supersaws are a little lame in that they're just normal supersaws. So the question is, what can you do with it? Enter the pitch wheel. And what I'm doing with something like this is I just turn around to the pitch wheel and I just move it a little bit and play around with it and see what works, what feels great. And I have something pre-recorded for you now. It's the same as above, but with pitch information. This is the pitch wheel that I played. And listen to this just to get a sense of the movement. So much more exciting. I'm going to play you the whole thing again. Then you will hear the pitch information. It's so much more interesting. Here's the full power of the pitch wheel.
Hey Mixing Night, this is Sam Winter, and today I'm going to show you Split EQ by Eventide. Split EQ is such a cool tool because it allows you to process transient audio and tonal audio separate from each other. This means you can boost what you want without boosting what you don't want within that same band of frequencies. An example of when you might want to use split EQ is when you have a kick drum that you'd like to add some thump to without adding low frequencies to the transients. So here's the interface of the plugin. You have 6 bands with a low cut and a high cut. Down here you can choose the source, which will help the structural split technology work. Then here you can fine-tune the split technology with separation, decay, and smoothing. Over here you can see that if you raise the blue, you're adjusting the tonal audio, and if you raise the green, you're adjusting the transient audio, and together it just works like a normal EQ. I'm going to play a kick drum recording now while adjusting some split EQ settings, that way you can hear what it can do. You can see there that I added in some of the beater sound without affecting any of the tonal frequencies within that band. Thanks for watching and enjoy mixing night.
All right. Thank you, Dom Rivinius, founder of Mixing Night. Dom Rivinius. Me and Dom and Lori founded Mixing Night during pandemic, the first week of lockdown. We started it as Q&A with Ken. We used to do the most insane shit. 2 Q&A with Ken shows a week, then it was once a week, then it was once every 2 weeks, and I think it became Mixing Night somewhere along the way. And I think we've done over 60 broadcasts by now. Holy crap. If this is your first one, don't make it your last. All right, what is next? Let me fire off some of these questions real quick. ValidLifeTV asks, hey Ken, what are your opinions on FL Studio? I think whatever DAW makes you feel the most creative is the DAW that you should use. If you're making hot beats in FL Studio, fucking ain't right. What's that? Answer the phone? Oh, here we go. Katie O'Connor asks, hey Ken, if you could only use one effect for the rest of your life, what would you choose? Well, Katie, GreenHAAS! You know it's got to be green. You know it's going to be GreenHAAS until the next one drops. Oh my, I literally could mix entire records with just the next plugin that we have. It's bananas. Okay. Michael Catalanotto asks, hey Ken, does the signal still maintain in proper phase when you use this plugin? Yes, because the watering can gives you dry, unaffected, and then you add space on the sides to it, and that's how it works. So you're going to get I mean, Haas effect works with phase. That's how Haas effect works. So yes, you're going to get different phases depending on how you use it, but as far as spreading out and keeping your lead vocal coherent, no, it keeps the lead vocal coherent. That's the whole point of GreenHAAS. MixedBy Q asks, any use of GreenHAAS post a reverb on a send to give the verb additional vibe? I would use the saturation section of GreenHAAS to give verb. You know what? I would try it because the thing spreads sounds out that you wouldn't think that it would do that. Oh, are you being spoiled? Mazzy is such a little bitch. Bang Chapstick asks, hey Ken, how did you get the name Thatmos Studio Bee? Sorry if I misspelled it. You didn't. Hey, you. God. Atmos is immersive mixing. It's surround mixing. That's why all these speakers are around me. And so I thought we'd be clever, and we got thatmos.com. If you go to thatmos.com, you're going to kenlewis.com. And we're in Studio B, so Thatmos Studio B. That's the explanation. Denilson Puluc asks, is the studio a perfect square? No, not entirely. It's close, but we've got so much fucking sound absorption going on here, and I didn't seal the oh my lord, we didn't seal the drywall behind the fabric wall. Again, I'm not trying to sound isolate from the rest of the world. I'm trying to sound control it, and we did have to stuff up the ceiling a little bit because we haven't put a ceiling in yet, but we have a lot of weight on the floor, and we have a lot of weight behind the walls, and we've got a ton of weight in the walls, and it works itself out just fine. Let's see. I need to get back on track on the show. Let's go to Michael Moss. So my partner in Obscene Steelers Crime, Michael Moss, the movie trailer boss, my affectionate nickname for him, he has created an entire sync course, and I think it's really excellent. And if you want to get into doing sync music and getting placements, this might be a really great place to start. So I'm going to show you Michael's little teaser on his course, and let's go.
Hey guys, if you want to know how to get your music into TV commercials, movie trailers and other kind of media, go to syncmusicbusiness.com. Start making money with your music now.
Welcome back to Mixing Night. I'm your host, Ken Lewis, here with the lovable hellhound Mazakeen Lewis, getting plied with treats so she stays around looking cute. Who could blame me for that? Let's see, what else do we got? We had Mike. Let's go to ear training. Ear training this. Speaking of Michael Moss, the movie trailer boss, and Obscene Steelers, ear training. I used Obscene Steelers 10 out of 10. And if you haven't heard it, man, go to streaming and listen to Obscene Steelers 10 out of 10. Where is ear training? Come on, it's right in front of me, Ken. By the way, Slava Ukraini. It's been over a year of the war. Ukraine is never falling to Russia. It's never going to happen. God bless those people. Ear training. What's missing, Ken? Ken? What's missing in ear training? So I'm going to play you loops of Obscene Steelers 10 out of 10. Let me show you where you can find it. Here is, okay, here's our page. Obscene Steelers, boom, go listen to us, and continue the social experiment of playlisting. So what song in this list doesn't belong? This is the only song that we haven't spent any money on, and we've spent playlisting White Hat, all legit. You know, these are legit spins. We just hit 60,000 spins on 10 out of 10. But this has been out for like 2.5 months, and we have less than 1,000 spins in 2.5 months because we didn't spend a dime promoting it. So if you're an independent artist and you want to get yourself out to the masses, you must accept the fact that everybody is trying to do exactly what you are trying to do. And you got to put some money behind it. You got to put tons of time and effort, and that's just the way it is. But man, if you can make it work, good on you. Okay. This is what's missing, Ken. So I'm playing, the yellow is the original loop. The red is an exact repeat with one element missing. Oh, yes. And you have to identify in 2 listen-throughs what element is missing. You know, just describe it on your page. Oh, and if you need the worksheet, the ear training worksheet is in the description of the video you are watching right now. Go get it. It's right down there. Go get it, open it up. That'll help you guide through. There's 10 ear training examples. So what is missing from the loop? Just write down what you hear, just a descriptor. You'll know if you got it or not. You know, this is Scout's Honor, self-scoring here. And post up your score on the comments or the chat roll if you're live, and let us know how you did. I think I would have done really well on this one. But, you know, I wrote the song, so here we go. 1. Understand? 2.
Difference between you and I, I'm I'm a god. So send in the best that you got. Difference between you and I, I'm a god. So send in the best that you got. Difference between you and I, I'm a god. So send in the best that you got. Difference between you and I, I'm a god. So send in the best that you got.
4.
I'm the best of the best and I better be 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best and I better be 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best and I better be 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best and I better be 10 out of 10.
Here we go again. 5.
Problem, whoever want it, get it on sight, it's like fighting a toddler. Problem, whoever want it, get it on sight, it's like fighting a toddler. Problem, whoever want it, get it on sight, it's like fighting a toddler. Problem, whoever want it, get it on sight, it's like fighting a toddler.
6.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again.
7.
Always been 10 out of 10. Here we go again. Always been 10 out of 10. Here we go again. Always been 10 out of 10. Here we go again. Always been 10 out of 10. Here we go again.
8.
I'm the best of the best and I better be 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best and I better be 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best and I better be 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best and I better be 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Oh, 9.
We go again. We go again. We go again. We go again.
10.
Coming up fast, in love with the cash, I do a thing. Coming up fast, in love with the cash, I do a thing. Coming up fast, in love with the cash, I do a thing. Coming up fast, in love with the cash, I do a.
All right, again, yellow is the original. Red has one element missing. So what I did was I took the entire mix I produced and co-wrote and all that stuff, and I took the entire session and I just looped these and removed something. That's how these were created. So what has been removed? What one element on each of these? Yellow is original. Red has one element removed. Here we go. One more listen through, then the big reveal. 1. 2. 3.
Difference between you and I, I'm a god. So send in the best that you got. Difference between you and I, I'm a god. So send in the best that you got. Difference between you and I, I'm a god. So send in the best that you got. Difference between you and I, I'm a god. So send in the best that you got.
4.
I'm the best of the best and I better be 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best and I better be 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best and I better be 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best and I better be 10 out of 10.
5.
Problem, whoever want it, get it on sight, it's like fighting a toddler. Problem, whoever want it, get it on sight, it's like fighting a toddler. Problem, whoever want it, get it on sight, it's like fighting a toddler. Problem, whoever want it, get it on sight, it's like fighting a toddler.
6.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again.
7.
Always been 10 out of 10. Here we go again. Always been 10 out of 10. Here we go again. Always been 10 out of 10. Here we go again. Always been 10 out of 10. Here we go again.
8.
I'm the best of the best and I better be 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
10.
Come in a face, in love with the cash. I do a thing. Come in a face, in love with the cash. I do a thing. Come in a face, in love with the cash. I do a thing. Come in a face, in love with the cash. I do a.
All right, the big reveal. Why don't you guys put the answer key up on a split screen or something, and let these people hear what Element is mixing. How did you all do? Post up your results on the chat roll, or post us up a comment on the broadcast, and I want to see how you did. 1. 2. Thank you, Metal. 3.
Difference between you and I, I'm a god. So send in the best that you got. Difference between you and I, I'm a god. So send in the best that you got. Difference between you and I, I'm a god. So send in the best that you got. Difference between you and I, I'm a god. So send in the best that you got.
How you doing so far?
4.
I'm the best of the best, and I better be 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best, and I better be 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best, and I better be 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best, and I better be 10 out of 10.
5.
Problem, whoever want it, get it on sight, it's like fighting a toddler. Problem, whoever want it, get it on sight, it's like fighting a toddler. Problem, whoever want it, get it on sight, it's like fighting a toddler. Problem, whoever want it, get it on sight, it's like fighting a toddler.
This is the hardest
6.
one coming up.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again.
You got that one right. 7.
Always been 10 out of 10. Here we go again. Always been 10 out of 10. Here we go again. Always been 10 out of 10. Here we go again. Always been 10 out of 10. Here we go again.
That's a really hard one. 8.
I'm the best of the best, and I better be 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best, and I better be 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best, and I better be 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'm the best of the best, and I better be 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
9.
We go again. We go again.
Toms are gone.
Go again. We go again.
Last one. 10.
Come in a face, in love with the cash. I do a thing. Come in a face, in love with the cash. I do a thing. Come in a face, in love with the cash. I do a thing. Come in a face, in love with the cash. I do a.
There you go. How did everybody do? I think I would have done really well on this one. This is some real world shit. You know, this stuff happens all the time. You accidentally mute a track or something. If you're working in analog world, shit's always getting messed up. But, you know, plugins can get glitchy and stuff. And having a sense of, you know, when something changes, having the presence of mind to know what that was and be able to correct it in real time. That's kind of what this is for. It's really session awareness, building skills. Pre-submitted questions. S. Ben asks, here we go. Pre-submitted questions. S. Ben asks, hey Ken, how much of what you learned at Berklee College of Music are you still utilizing as a part of your mixing career? Shout out to a Berklee alum, fellow Berklee alum. Some, definitely some. I think part of the idea for sprint mixing might have come from that as well. I don't know. I think Berklee gave me a taste of the real world because I did so many solo sessions without anybody looking over my shoulder to fix my mistakes. If I screwed something up, it was on me. And honestly, that is absolutely the best way to learn. No safety net. You know, you just got to throw yourself to the wolves and see if you can survive it. That was my time at Berklee. So I think that really prepped me. Also, getting projects at Berklee prepped me for getting projects in the real world, honestly. Because one of the things I would do, every engineering student got a project and they got paired with a production student. Okay, cool. So after everybody got paired up, there was still a bunch of production students who didn't have engineers yet. And you could take on extra projects. So what I did at Berklee was, as soon as I locked down who I wanted to work with, then I just went to every other producer on that list. And I was like, hey, if you need an engineer, I'm good. I'm available. I'd love to work with you. Blah, 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 blah. Ask whoever, they've already worked with me. And first semester I did that all the time, and I got a few gigs here and there, but people started getting to know me. The next semester I was turning shit down. I didn't need to reach out to anybody. Everybody was coming to me and wanted me to do their project. And by the end, other than, you know, the only other person there, motherfucker, Ken Pooch Van Druten. Ken Pooch Van Druten he's legendary front of house guy, Iron Maiden, Linkin Park, Jay-Z, incredible. He's massive. He and I went to school together, and we were in a lot of the same classes together. And you better believe that when Ken Van Druten was in a class with me, I was bringing my A+ game, because God damn it, he was not going to outshine me that day. Not going to happen. Sometimes it did. That's the way it goes. But you need people like that to push you. It's really good. Ben Ellery asks, hey, Ken, with so many scammers, how do we find the right spot to spend for getting music on Spotify and into playlisting? That is a really tough question, Ben. I really don't know what to tell you other than ask around. Don't just, find somebody off the internet. Find other artists who have had good experiences, and your experience might be good too. But let's face it, if you don't have a great song, you're not going to playlist well. They can put you on that playlist, but how you perform on that playlist depends on whether you go up, down, or stay there. If you're not, if you're not performing as well as the other songs on the playlist, you're gonna get, algorithmed out. Let's see. Let's go to. I want to go to Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery, and then I still got one more set of pro tips to do. The Hey Audio Student Jobs Board is still coming up. If I can get to it, choosing reverbs. I'll do that one night. It might be tonight. And then I don't think I'm going to be able to get to user submitted songs tonight. All right. What are we going to go to? Let's go to the Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery with percussion libraries. Thank you, Marcus. Let's go.
What's good, Mixing Night family? This is Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery, back with another Mixing Night Man of Mystery moment. In this Mixing Night Man of Mystery moment, we're going to talk all about percussion libraries, including some free ones that should be on your radar. We're going to start with Audio Imperia that makes some great libraries, but we're going to look at Cerberus Epic Cinematic Drums. Cerberus, I don't know how you say it. You see the price there. Be on the lookout for sales for these libraries also, but definitely check out Cerberus. Next, we have Heaviosity Damage 2. If you are a Native Instruments complete owner, you might already have Damage 1. Check your Native Instruments package, but Damage 2 you can also get at a discount if you own Damage 1, so definitely check that out. Listen to some reviews. These are used. I use this a lot. This is like one of my staple drum libraries. Next, we have Keep Forest. I also use Keep Forest stuff a lot. You want to be on the lookout for Ferrum Free, which is their modern trailer percussion. They also have free versions if you look for Zero of some of their other libraries, so be on the lookout there. Go to their website, look for free right there, click that. We have Laboratory Audio. This is Strike Force Cinematic Percussion. It's not free, but epic cinematic percussion libraries, drum sounds and things you can use. You can see the UI there. You can listen to some reviews, see some reviews, listen to some demos here on the website. Next, we have another Native Instruments, Action Strikes. These are some some cinematic drum percussion, orchestral percussion. They also have Action Strikes 2 out there. So check your Native Instruments package again for this one. Otherwise, you can get it for $2.99 and be on the lookout for sales. Next, we have a free one from NRA. This is actually just something they posted on YouTube 2 years ago. I downloaded it. They have some epic cinematic loops, 31 loops, 75 effects, 7 percussions, 12 tubular bells. Check this out. Again, I will have a link in the Discord. This is from NRA. I don't think they've done anything since then, but NRA Lab, shout out to them for this great pack. Next, we have Sample Logic Taste the Fury. So they have the Drum Fury bundle. They have Drum Fury 2 and Drum Fury, but you have Taste the Fury, which is a taste of the Fury drums that you can get for $0. You see that there? So definitely check that out. Next, we have Sonic Motion Impacto. I think I'm probably the only one that has this library, so this is a sneak peek for you. Percussion library. This is a percussion library that you can download. They have some really great epic cinematic sounds in there, so definitely check out Impacto Sonic Motion by Sonic Motion. Next, we have Splash Sound that makes a lot of these epic percussion libraries. They have a bunch of different libraries. Epic Percussion 3, you see there, so that means they have 1, 2, and 3. But you want to look for the epic percussion percussion elements. You want to look for elements and the free icons there. So they have some free elements 2 there, free elements 3 there. So definitely check out the free stuff from Splash Sound. And last but not least, we have Strezov sampling. You want to go here, you want to go to products, and you want to go to free down here, and you want to look for the Tyco X3M Tyco freebie, Thunder X3M Tyco freebie. Again, another free epic cinematic drum library. And the great thing to do is when you get all the free ones that I mentioned here in this library, just get 2 or 3 of them and layer them up and add them to your hip hop stuff, your R&B, your pop stuff. See how cinematic your drums sound in those contexts. So definitely check out these free libraries. Again, we will have links to all this in the Discord group. Be safe and be well. This has been Marcus Manderson with another Mixed Night Mad Mystery Moment. Be safe and be well, everyone. All right, peace.
Welcome back to Mixing Night. I had to get some coffee. You know how we do around here. All right, Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery. Thank you very much. You are the best. You can also catch Marcus over at Discord, at the Mixing Night Discord channel, and I think he posts up all of his best links over there. What is next? I'm going to do a little bit more Q&A, then I'm going to get to Sam Winter and the jobs board. You know, if you are looking for a job in the audio field, stick around, and I will hook you up in a moment. Aaron Beaumont asks, hey, Ken, how do you efficiently juggle wearing all the musical hats you do? What is the breakdown of your typical daily routine? Common creative practices. My typical daily routine is chaos. Utter fucking... It's not chaos. We just work, we have a to-do list. We talk about what there is to do at the beginning and the end of the day. We talk about it throughout the day. I got Jonathan is my main assistant here. Assistant in name only. He's like the head of the ship around here. Nolan is my second. Austin's been helping out lately, which has been great. So those guys are, in and out on different days. Wearing all the different musical hats is a blessing and a pain in the fucking ass. Actually, it's not the musical hats, it's the roles. Switching from engineer to producer to songwriter to all of these. Certain roles you can kind of go in autopilot and you can just work. Like mixing. I can mix anytime, day or night, however I feel. As long as my ears are open, I can mix. I know I can just turn off and go on autopilot and mix. I can't create unless I know I have a good stretch of time of uninterrupted time with me that I can be in a zone and just get in a flow and not get out of it. No email, no phone calls, no interruptions, no nothing. And sometimes if I get into that state, I can go hours and hours, and that's where I end up creating the best stuff, I think. But if you can't get yourself into that really clear, open mind for creativity, then it's hard to kind of be open for creativity. It just is. Let's see. A couple more questions. Aphelion on the chat roll asks, hey, Ken, what are your opinions on SoundID Reference? Is it worth using if you cannot afford monitors? No, it's a monitor corrector as far as I know. So if you got 2 monitors in front of you and they sound like shit, treat your room first and then try SonarWorks. let's see. Let's go back to the pre-submitted. Jessica Wright asks, hey Ken, if you had to start over as a producer and or mixing engineer in 2023, how would you go about doing it? Well, I kind of did. Honestly, the new surround sound is, immersive audio is Atmos and Sony 360, and that's basically, for all intents and purposes, nearly a brand new format. And we have put loads and loads of time into basically learning what the fuck is going out on the Wild West of the frontier, and I've been loving doing Atmos, but it's also come with like nobody knows I mix Atmos, and nobody, it's not like super in demand, so where am I even going to find work? So it's just been the hustle, out there working my networks and, all of that stuff. Speaking of working my networks, don't show the screen yet until I pull this up, but I have a big announcement tonight. I'm very excited about it. There has been so many changes around Thatmos. So, okay. Where am I? I am now managed by Joe D'Ambrosio Management, who I am very proud to be. Thank you. Yay! They're clapping in the background for me. Thanks, guys. So, Joe has like the stupidest fucking roster I've ever seen. Just an amazing amount of the heaviest heavy hitters. And we got to talking. He just took me on. So there's little Ken Lewis right here. Boy, I am proud to be on this roster of absolute hit makers. So great to be in business with you, Joe D. I think we have really big things ahead. Very excited about it. Here's my little spill page. Is it going to go? Maybe. Oh, yeah. Well, we are broadcasting right now, so maybe not the best idea to tax the internet. But here's my shit. So, ooh, look at that. God damn. So this isn't exactly the right thing. I have 114 official right now, gold records. That doesn't include the platinums on top of the gold. That's only golds. But only 4 of my gold records are BTS. And I've mixed 47 BTS songs now. So off of like 8 or 9 albums. So I'm pretty sure if I just stopped what I was doing right now, I would hit probably 150 without trying. Because I've already done the trying. I don't mean to be flippant about it. I can't even believe these things still fucking keep showing up. I just am so blessed. And I've said on the show before, the only one I ever tried to get was the first one. That's it. Everything after the first one was keep your head down, do great work, meet great people, and make the best records that you can, and keep doing that for as long as you possibly can. And 30 years in, it's worked out pretty well so far. I can't complain. But, it's nearly killed me, and it's killing me again, and fuck it. What else am I going to do? Let's see. Let's go to Midge. Midge asks, hey Ken, how do you know where to start a mix? Midge, did you see the Sprint mix? And, I haven't even been mentioning it. Shit, I hope you guys have been putting the flyer up. The link to download the free Skrizzly Adams Sprint mix is in the description of the YouTube video you are watching right now if you're live on the live stream. If you're watching the restream, I took it down. I'm trying to get more live people on the live stream. Sorry. But if you're live right now, grab the Skrizzly Adams Sprints. You will thank me later. It is the best mix training, and it will give you a sense of, oh, this is how I start. And then as you progress, it's going to give you a sense of, oh, this is what it means to balance things against each other. Let me play with it and you get the time. And trust me, try the Sprint mixing. You will fucking love it. So that will solve all of your problems, Midge. Robby Pedersen asks, hey Ken, what is the best that my music can sound? That has one hell of a lot to do with how much care and effort you put into the recording. Case in point, everybody records at home now. The number of times that I get mediocre vocals to mix that were recorded at home, why? I mean, you're at home. Spend some time, you know, do a bunch of takes, practice, make sure that vocal is fucking great, and then hand it off to a mixer like me and pay for an expensive mix. But I find that it's tough as an early record maker to know A, how to raise the bar, B, when to raise the bar, because you don't want to take every song you create to a finish line. You want to take the songs that you create that you feel like, oh shit, I'm on to something with this one. This one feels different. Okay, this different one right here, I'm going for it with this shit. Here we go. And that's how I kind of think about this stuff. So, anyway, let's go to the Hey Audio Student Facebook group jobs board. So I asked Samantha Winter from Hey Audio Student group run by the incomparable John Crivet. How are you, John? And Sam is going to give you 90 seconds of the best jobs available on the internet right now. Go.
Hey Mixing Night, this is Sam Winter from the Hey Audio Student Facebook group. We like to post lots of job leads, career opportunities, and internships for people of all ages and levels. If you checked out the group recently, you might have seen some of these great opportunities. Sweetwater is looking for a product support specialist in Fort Wayne, Indiana. House of Blues New Orleans is looking for a sound engineer. Berklee College of Music is looking for a temporary studio operations supervisor in Boston, Massachusetts. Become a sound engineer in Las Vegas, Nevada for Madison Square Garden Entertainment. Avid is looking for a remote C++ tools and infrastructure developer. Dow Jones is looking for an audio producer in New York. University of Chicago is looking for a theater and performance studies audio manager. SiriusXM is looking for a music programming producer in Miami, Florida. SiriusXM is looking for a play-by-play board operator in multiple locations. Blizzard Entertainment is looking for a sound designer in Irvine, California. Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts is looking for an audio specialist. The City University of New York is looking for a lecturer and assistant professor of entertainment technology in Brooklyn, New York. Little Dot Studios in London is looking for a junior audio editor. The NFL is looking for a seasonal post-production coordinator. Check out Native Instruments Career Center to find out more about their junior talent acquisition. Sony Pictures Entertainment is looking for a post-production trainee for this summer. The University of Southern California is looking for a music industry career services advisor. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you get to check out some of these job leads and enjoy Mixing Night.
All right, we are back. Thank you, Sam Winter. Thank you, John Crivet. Thank you, Hey Audio Student Facebook group. They regularly post jobs up there all the time. So if you're trying to get a job in the music industry, might want to look there. So we got the Take On Me filter going on Instagram right now. You know, I'm stupid. I'm having fun with it. In a month, April 5th, is our Mixing Night AI episode. Be afraid. Be very, very afraid. If you were tuned in earlier, you saw Len Kewis on the broadcast. Everybody thought Len Kewis wasn't a real person. You know, I've been saying for years that Len Kewis exists. He's real. You guys got to meet him tonight. Hope you like him. I think he's a fucking asshole myself. Steven asks, pre-submitted questions. Hey, Ken, over the last year, is Atmos at the level you expected it to be? And let's see, what have you seen that you like, and what do you think is missing? Do you still think it's the future? Okay. Atmos is the future, or some surround, but I'm betting on Atmos because Apple and Dolby are the two biggest players. What do I like and what do I think is missing? I think the rollout of Atmos has been sloppy. They've been taking a lot of mediocre mixes. It's hard to learn, so it's hard to execute a really great mix that the audience is going to listen to and go like, oh, yes, I love this. So there's been a lot of people introduced to the format in kind of a semi-mediocre way, which is a problem. Trust me, there are a ton of great mixers doing incredible Atmos mixes. Eric Schilling, Mike Miller, man, so many guys. I think the rollout could be better. The rates could be better. Honestly, there's not much Atmos work. You know, I'm getting some. I'm working in it, but I don't think it's really widespread yet. And if you're not getting any Atmos work right now, I would consider waiting to jump in until the gates really open further. But for me, it's the most beautiful format. I absolutely love it. When it's done right, it is like magic sitting in the control room. Let's see. Jim Romano asks, will you work Atmos surround elements earlier in the production process rather than it being something done in post? Will you mic sources differently with this intention? Not yet. Maybe someday. Not yet. I think you have enough control in the mix process to give yourself whatever stems you want for the Atmos world. And the Atmos always follows the stereo mix afterwards anyway. Unless you don't have mixed stems, then that's a problem. Logan asks favorite free drum kits. Well, I don't know about mine, but Marcus Manderson just showed you a ton of percussion kits that are super badass. Simon asks, why are you selling the SSL, Ken? It's the, Atmos and 360. They both have different formats. They're all digital routing, 16 channels in Atmos alone. It's a lot on a desk. It's really hard to set up and recall and balance, and it's much easier in the digital world, and I'm really specializing in, I still mix stereo. Of course I mix stereo. But I'm also specializing in Atmos. Richard asks, hey Ken, what is the key to mixing and mastering? Experience, taste, those two things, experience and taste. Bang Chapstick 223 asks off the chat roll, hey Ken, what did you audition for at Berklee College of Music? I came in as a guitar principal, and I was in the music production and engineering major, and most of my training at Berklee came in the studios, doing my own solo sessions that I was either engineering or producing without a teacher around, without a safety net. I did dozens and dozens of those types of sessions completely on my own, and that experience really set me up for the real world as well. Chillintwentyfoursev asks, hey Ken, so the GreenHAAS is just hitting the reverb or the full vocal chain? Oh, when I was showing GreenHAAS earlier, so when I use GreenHAAS on a channel, you still have the dry source in the middle, unaffected, and then you put the delayed, so it's behind the dry. The delayed wet source spreads out behind it, and you never lose the dry center. You lose the dry center when the watering can is all the way full, but you don't lose the complete independent control of the center before that. So there you go. Let's see, and let me see if I'm going to answer this last one. Oh boy. That's a build question that's really outside of my depth. I've been making records professionally 30 years. I never knew shit about acoustics, generally speaking, because I never had to, and now that I'm building 2 rooms, I had to learn a little bit, and boy, the implementation of that, this is really Chris Howard's design, but Chris taught me a bunch of shit too, so, you pay attention, you pick up new skills. And we're going to show you guys part 2 of how we built Thatmos Studio Bee next month, April 5th. That's going to be all of the finishing work in the studio, the duck canvas, which was, a bitch, and all the finishing trim and the flooring, and, if you're thinking about building your own studio, or you're trying to do some sound isolation and control your room a little bit, pay attention. Next month, we'll hook you guys up. Let's see. I think my last thing is going to be this choosing reverbs. I think I got... What's that? Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. I totally skipped that one. I'm sorry. Let's go to the last 90-second pro tip of the night from Preston Prizzy Reed. Dude. Okay, so Prizzy just he's credited on a Grammy winner for mixing the Mooney Long project, which sounds incredible. He worked on Donda as an engineer, so this dude is racking up the highest level credits. Congratulations, Prizzy. But the coolest thing about Prizzy is he told me that he got his start on Audio School Online, my old school. And he bought a bunch of my tutorials and basically learned how to engineer and learn how to mix from Audio School Online. And Mixing Night is the new extension of Audio School Online. So don't go looking for the old shit. This is the new Audio School Online. You're watching it. So, you know, for me, having that impact on a person saying, he learned from me and now he's doing Grammy level work. Wow, that's really fucking incredible. So congratulations, Prizzy. Thank you for the 90-second pro tip. And Kevin Asir from the Mix Collective is doing the other 90-second pro tip coming up. Kevin is fantastic. I see him post all the time, and we did some Clubhouse get-togethers as well. So Kevin and Prizzy, take it away.
Hey Ken, this is Preston. I'm over at the airport right now, but I wanted to give my 90-second tip, mainly for the younger engineers that are struggling to find clients and really, move forward in their career. And I really want to stress the fact that it's a music business, two completely separate things that require two completely separate focuses. You're always going to focus on the music. You're always going to get better as long as you do it over and over. But the business, you have to understand that it's always about providing value, and it's a service. Don't ever put yourself ahead of the client. Don't ever put yourself ahead of the record. If you come out the gate, trying to serve and try to make the room better, every room that you walk in, ultimately you become valuable. And that's how you get clients, and ultimately that's how you keep them too. So yeah, that's my 90 seconds, and peace.
What's up, Mixing Night family? It's Kevin from Mix Collective, and Ken, I'm actually going to steal one of your tips this time. We were in a Clubhouse room once, and Ken dropped a bomb on us, and I wanted to share it with you guys. He said it something like this: most young mixers are so concerned with getting every single instrument at the same volume all the time throughout the entire song. Problem is, that's not really music. That's not really mixing. Our job as mixers is to find what's great about the record, what's vibey about the record, and bring those things to the forefront. So I'll give you guys this exercise to try at home. The next record that you mix, find 3 or 4 things that make that record amazing, that make that record great. Make those 3 or 4 things sound great. It could be the lead vocal or a percussion loop or guitar, whatever it is. Make those 4 things sound great, and then build the rest of the mix around those 4 elements. I promise you, if you try that method, you're gonna get records that feel more vibey and that feel like music. All right, Mixing Night fam, I love y'all. I hope that helps. Have a great rest of the show.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So thank you for the last pro tips of the night. So I think the last thing that I'm going to do, I'll answer some questions. Did I? Oh, no, I answered those. Okay. I think the last thing I'm going to do is show you guys this, how to choose reverbs. So I meant to show this like 2 or 3 shows ago when I showed the Tell Mother I See You mix breakdown. This is the same song. I just took this song and there we go. And I took the lead vocal and I put all of these reverbs on it. And I just want to go through them and do some listening with you and give you guys a sense of how to choose reverbs, what you're listening for, why you might choose one or not the other. Let's just dig in and see where this thing goes.
I've been waiting for a chance to come. All this time I've been saying, let me be the one. If it's over, then it's over. Watch me come on down all my life.
Okay, so think about this for a second. The complete difference in vibe that you're about to hear just in whether or not you choose a hall or a room. Short reverb with immediate impact or a long carrying reverb that kind of carries into the distance. I'm going to start dry and then we'll start then hall and then room.
My life, I've been waiting for a chance to come. All this time.
I'm just going to go through all of these. I'm going to give each one a few lines. Just listen to the different vibe. Listen from right here. Listen to the different vibe that each of these gives you. And when you're mixing or when you're creating, just ask yourself, like, okay, what do I want this to feel like? You know, and do I want this bone drying in your face? Do I want it like stadium arena? Do I want to feel intimate? Maybe I want like an empty room around me. Like, what kind of mood am I trying to set? And then just listen and be open to discovering sounds that were unexpected that just sound beautiful. And that's, you know, mixing is really just listening and taste.
My life, I've been waiting for a chance to come. All this time, I've been saying, let me be the one. If it's over, then it's over. Watch me come undone. All my life, I've been waiting. All my life, I've been waiting for a chance to come. All this time, I've been saying, let me be the one. If it's over, then it's over. Watch me come undone. All my life, I've been waiting.
You hear how that chamber has a little bit more of a concrete hollow sound to it, and that plate has a little bit more of a metallic full top end to it, like brightness to it.
My life, I've been waiting for a chance to come. All this time.
And then the spring is probably going to be pretty dark and nasty. I love spring reverbs.
My life, I've been waiting for a chance to come. All this time, I've been saying, let me be the one. If it's over, then it's over. Watch me come undone. All my life, I've been waiting.
I don't know where my plugin, my delay plugin is. Around here somewhere. I'm going to turn that off. It's just a probably a H delay with a ping pong. Crystalline's beautiful.
All my life, I've been waiting for a chance to come. All this time, I've been saying, let me be the one. If it's over, then it's over. Watch me come undone. All my life, I've been waiting. All my life, I've been waiting for a chance to come. All this time, I've been saying, let me be the one. If it's over, then it's over. Watch me come undone. All my life, I've been waiting. All my life.
I love these Joey Sturgis tones box, the JST Skybox. So I like to look for things that give me vibe and character. And this thing, when you put it on cloud, it gives you this, like, I think it probably takes it and it pitches it up an octave and then refeeds it through the reverb. Let's listen.
All my life.
It's shimmer.
My
It's shimmer.
My life, I've been waiting for a chance to come. All this time, I've been saying, let me be the one. If it's over, then it's over.
So usually I would audition any of these with the music running. I just want to forget about the tech. I want to be able to go from one to the next as easily as possible, or I want to pick one and scroll reverb presets until I just find like that magic. That's it. That's the one. And then, you know, if you're still not sure, you can save that one or save that setting as a preset and, you know, whatever your session title, reverb 1. And then you keep going. And, you know, there's times, especially when I'm producing, where I'll search for a reverb for hours. And I might save 20 different presets from 6 or 8 different reverb units. And then as I progress with the production of the song, I'll go back to those reverbs and I'll just ask myself, okay, which ones am I going to use? And maybe I'll stack them. Maybe the chorus only has this big giant reverb, but the verses are really tight and intimate. And, you know, that tight, intimate verb stays in the chorus, but then you add maybe 2 more layers. You add a medium plate that gives you a little bit of depth, but then you have maybe Valhalla that just carries into Oblivion. And, you know, so I don't like to always think that I'm going to find everything that I want from one single reverb. But while you're learning these things, it's often better to just try and get what you can get from one so that you can really learn the sounds of these things, the flexibility and lack of flexibility of these things, you know, what leans towards your tastes and against your tastes. You know, only use what really connects with you. If you do something that I've shown you and you're like, I don't get it, then either go back and rewind and rewatch and make sure you understood what the fuck I was doing, or skip that one. Maybe you love JST Skybox, maybe you hate it. Maybe Capital Chambers is the one for you and you use it on everything. There's no rules. Everybody builds their own sound, and that's why people hire you. Is first you learn from others. And you learn what to do and what not to do. You learn techniques and skills that you didn't even know existed before you got in the room. And then you start building your own toolbox of techniques. And these are toolbox technique builders that I'm showing you right now. And eventually you're going to know your tools so well that this is second nature to you. And you're going to be like, all my life I've been waiting. Okay, I think in the verses I just want like a plate. I want that presence and density from the verb, you know, kind of a short plate, but then the hook, I just want that thing to explode. So I'm going to put a tap delay, and probably I'm hearing Hall, but it, you know, I'm open. That's kind of how I think when I'm mixing and kind of going through things. So let's see, do I have any more questions from the chat roll? I don't think so. I think I got to all my questions here. I'm gonna play this through for anybody else who's still on the broadcast. I'm just gonna go one by one and let you guys hear what each of these things sounds like, and then I think we're about to shut it down. We're 3 minutes from done. Thank you for joining us for Mixing Night. I'm Ken Lewis. Mazikeen had to go, and big thank you to the entire staff here, everybody who helped out building Studio Bee and putting this broadcast together. Man, it has been a dead sprint to live stream, but we made it, and I feel like there was a great show. So thank you so much for joining us all. The Skrizzly Atom Sprint mixes are in the description of the video that you're live streaming right now. If you're restreaming it, it's probably gone. But I'm going to leave it up maybe 2-3 hours after the live stream. Make sure you guys have plenty of time to download it, and then it comes down. I might do the same thing next month. We'll see. You don't know. You don't know. Okay, back to Tell Mother, All My Life. Here we go.
All my life, I've been waiting for a chance to come. All this time, I've been saying, let me be the one. If it's over, then it's over. Watch me come undone. All my life, I've been waiting. All my life, I've
Thank you for joining us for Mixing Night. We are going to pack it in and have a little party at Thatmos Studio Bee. So, Ken Lewis and everybody at Mixing Night, we're signing off. Thank you so much for joining us. Catch the restream and download that Skrizzly Atom Sprint before it goes away. It's probably going to be up for about 2 or 3 more hours. And see you April 5th. Good night.